That we have would be to have a voluntary scheme, which means
the workshop today is on due diligence in supply chains. There are companies here, there are academics, and also a lot of experts. And in particular, what we're trying to do is see how companies in their supply chains apply due diligence to avoid intellectual property problems.
Most of the problems occur somewhere upstream in the supply chain. While people are focusing on the direct suppliers, most of the issues actually occur at suppliers of suppliers, sometimes many, many levels away.
The issue is very important, not only for the protection of the intellectual property, but also because this problem it regards the contraffaction. The many products now today are contraffatte.
La contraffazione sta esplodendo, sta crescendo in modo esponenziale.
Doing nothing, it means we destroy employment, we have product, unsafe product going on to consumer.
Enforcement in the sense of...
If you don't have a very good appreciation of what your supply chain is, you basically are opening up yourself to enormous risk.
At the moment, procurement departments are there to reduce cost, improve the quality and availability. Their issue is less looking on protecting against counterfeits. They're not really focused on looking on how the sustainability is matched.
We found that 80% of the companies had few or no procedures for how to protect IP. Zero.
What we're looking at is how do you try to create more of a culture where IP protection is embedded in operations, and it's natural to try to also include that in the idea of a responsible supply chain.
What we hope to do after the conference today, and we're talking about that today, is get a public survey, launch a public survey to go and canvass more generally industry to see if how aware they are of this problem, and maybe also what the best practices are out there. From that information, I think only then can we decide what we as Commission we should do. I think we have identified a real issue that the policymakers should be assessing.